Hi guys, so I am Sincerely BP. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and if you're not new, welcome back. So today we are going to be talking about the power of moving in silence. Now, it is so important to move in silence. Everyone does not need to know all of your business. It's so important to be mindful of what information you're sharing and with whom you're sharing the information with. You really want to be selective with who you share certain information with. Everyone does not have your best interest at heart. Everyone does not truly care about you. Everyone doesn't want the best for you. So you really need to be mindful of what you share with people and who you share things with. So one thing that you should really be mindful of what you're sharing with others is your finances. You do not need to tell so many people, or you don't need to share with people your personal finances. That's your salary, that's your savings, your monthly car payments, your monthly mortgage or rent payments. That is no one's business. That's no one's business. Like, no one needs to know all that. Most of the time, people like to compare themselves to you. They want to know, like, are you making more than them? Are they making more than you? How much are you paying for your car? Like, you know, what was a down payment? Like, they're really doing this compare and contrast game in their head. And you just never know. Like, even with someone who you may assume has your best interest at heart, or you may like think that there is no like competition between you two, you never know what someone is truly thinking deep down inside. You never know like who's in a secret competition with you. So it is honestly, in my opinion, best to keep those things to yourself. Like, if it's your, life partner, significant other, okay, then I could see like you sharing that with your, significant other or your life partner. But I would just say, if you don't like 95% trust that person, keep that to yourself. Another thing that I truly think should be kept to yourself is your romantic relationship. And I don't mean to hide your romantic relationship. I definitely think that you should be able to share, you should be able to share who you love with the world. But I think that you should keep certain aspects of your romantic relationship private. No one needs to know every time you and your romantic partner or your significant other, every time you guys get into an argument, when you guys aren't seeing eye to eye, if you guys get into a fight or whatever. Like, everyone doesn't need to know that. You don't need to run and call up your friend, call up your homegirl, like every time you and your significant other are arguing or fighting. Now, that doesn't mean to never like confide in your friends for something, or let's say like you want advice about a certain situation. Maybe your friend has more experience in relationships, or like maybe they can like just tell you about what they've gone through, or what they would suggest, or like how they handled a certain situation, then by all means. But I would definitely just say to be mindful of what you share about your romantic relationships, because people never forget. Like, your friends and your family, they're never gonna forget the bad things that happen. They're never gonna forget what you tell them. Even like when you're dating, like, you should like kind of keep that private. Like, especially if you're dating and getting to know someone and you're not sure if it's gonna last, you're not sure if you see a future with someone, it's okay to just keep that to yourself. Like, you don't have to even tell your friends that you're dating, or who you're dating, or who you're doing what with. Like, you don't have to tell your friends that. You don't have to tell anyone that you don't want to tell. You can keep that to yourself, because let's say you start dating someone and then now 3 months later you guys stop talking, and you know, maybe you really fell for that person and you really hope that it would work out, and like now you have to sit here and explain to everybody that you told about this person to, oh, we stopped talking, and then they're gonna be like, oh, what happened? And then it's like you have to explain the story, or you have to come up with some type of lie. It's just too much. Like, you don't owe anyone your business. No one has a right to know your business. Your business is your business. You can tell who you want to tell, but it's definitely in your best interest to keep certain things private. Another thing that is in your best interest to keep private is your future plans. If you are planning to move to another state, to another city, if you are about to start a business, whatever it may be, if you get this cool opportunity, or you know, you have a meeting with someone for, you know, some type of cool opportunity, an investor, whatever, like, keep it to yourself. You don't have to go run off and tell people, especially when you have plans to do something or you have a goal and it hasn't come into fruition yet. And right now it's like just something you want. It's a plan that you're putting into action, but it's not here yet. Highly suggest keeping this to yourself. Reason being, people are not always happy for you, and they don't always have your best interest at heart. Like I said before, there is something called the evil eye, and the evil eye is real. And that is basically when people will project their negative energy onto you. Sometimes people don't even know that they're doing this. You can tell someone like, oh yeah, I'm looking for jobs, like I'm, you know, I want to get a director position at this company, I'm looking for jobs. Meanwhile, your friend has been like in a manager position for like years, and now they're jealous of you because you're going for a director position and you've only been in your manager position for 2 years while she's been in her manager position for 5 years. And she'll probably be like, oh, congratulations, like I'm happy for you, I hope you get a job. But then deep down she's like, she doesn't deserve a job. Like, why does she deserve to get a director position before I get a director position? Like, you know, it's like that is like low-key sending negative energy to you. She is low-key sending negative energy to you because deep down she's sitting there like really not wanting you to get the position, not wanting you to succeed, not wanting you to get that role because she feels like you don't deserve it and that she deserves it over you. That can apply in like so many other situations. When you are about to do something and it hasn't come into fruition yet, it is better to just keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself and wait until it happens yet. If you're planning on moving, wait until you have that key in your hand. Wait until you sign those documents before you go and tell this person, that person, that person that you're moving, and then something happens, now you're not moving, and then everyone is like, oh, when are you moving? I thought you were moving. When are you gonna move? Like, I thought you said you were doing this, I thought you said you were doing that, and you're just like, yeah, like I thought I was too. It's like, no, just zip it. Just zip it. Focus on the goal, focus on the plan. Once you make that commitment to yourself that that's what you're doing, don't say anything else. Just focus on taking the necessary actions to get there. And after it is solidified and sealed, and you know that nobody else can change, you know, your situation, that's when you can share the good news with people. That's when you can tell people, oh, I'm doing this, I'm starting this business, I'm moving here, I'm doing this, whatever. So that leads into my next point. Something that you want to keep private is your deepest, darkest, not even darkest, but just your deepest goals and aspirations for yourself. You really want to keep this to the chest and really keep this private. And don't tell, I wouldn't tell anyone that I didn't like 100% trust or like 95 to 99% trust that they have my best intentions in mind and at heart. Reason being is because people will project their insecurities onto you, and some people can be closed-minded. So when you tell someone your deepest goals, your deepest aspirations in life, and then, you know, sometimes people don't even realize that they're doing this, but like the next thing that comes out of their mouth is just something super negative, or something that's kind of shooting down your dreams, or like telling you all the negative things that could go wrong, or why you shouldn't do something, or why your goal is too big, or, you know, and it's just like, I just told you something that's near and dear to my heart. This is one of my, you know, deepest goals and aspirations, and you're sitting here listing out what could go wrong and why I shouldn't do this, and well, what about that, what about that. This comes from a place of just projecting their own insecurities onto you, like, because they probably feel like they couldn't do that, or those are their fears. Now they're gonna project their fears onto you, or they're gonna project their, you know, setbacks or whatever may be holding them back, or would hold them back from doing that onto you. And you just want to prevent that. You don't need any negative energy, any negative mindset when it comes to your goals and what you want to achieve for your life. Also, people may unknowingly send negative energy towards you, and this will be due to like jealousy and envy. So maybe they're jealous that you're going after your dreams, and that you're doing something that they like don't have the confidence to do, or that they wish that they would do, could do, would do, and now they're jealous of you, now they're envious of you. They're gonna like subconsciously like project and send their negative energy to you, and that's just not the energy that you want for your goals and over your life. So another reason to just keep it to yourself. And overall, like, the person that you're telling this to, they just might not be happy for you and not want the best for you. And why would you want to tell someone that's not happy for you your deepest goals and aspirations in life? Like, it's just like, you really never know how someone truly feels about you, and if they really want the best for you or not. And when it's something that's near and dear to your heart, you really have to protect that, and you really have to, you know, you have to protect your dreams. If this is something that you truly want for yourself and something that you really want to come to fruition, then you really have to treat that like it's the most precious thing that you own, and really protect it from the negative energy and from negative people that are projecting onto you that can prevent it from coming to light. And last but not least, something that you should keep private is your insecurities. You should keep your insecurities to yourself. If you do tell your insecurities to other people, it should be only to people that you 100% trust. I'm talking about 100% trust, and you know that have your best interests at heart, and they don't have any deep down secret like animosity or jealousy towards you. Because 9 times out of 10, like, if you guys get into an argument, or if you make them mad, they will use your insecurity against you. It's just like human nature. Like, no matter how much you can think a person will not turn on you, how much you can think a person loves you when they're on your side, if you tell someone your insecurity, you never know when they may try to use it against you, when they may bring it up in an argument, bring it up to make you feel less than, or make themselves feel good in that moment. Like, people are just weird like that for whatever reason. I honestly say to just keep your insecurities to yourself. Maybe tell a therapist if you have a therapist, or just journal about it and really try to do your own kind of like shadow work and really reflect on it and think about ways that you can just feel more confident about whatever you're insecure about. But yeah, your insecurities are just something that I feel like you should keep to yourself, because 9 times out of 10, like, people love to like pick at you. They love to see like, okay, where is this person insecure at? Where is this person's downfall? Like, You know, they love finding that negative thing about you or your flaw. They love to try to pick at your flaw, find your flaw, whatever. So if they can't find any flaws about you and you tell them your insecurity just out of being pure innocent and thinking that they have good intentions the same way you do, you know, you could be really awakened when someone like tries to throw that back in your face later on. So with that being said, those are things that I highly suggest and recommend that you keep private, and I suggest that you just try to move in silence a little bit more, because some things are just not meant to be shared with everyone. Everyone doesn't need to know like certain things about your life. Like, people will try to pry and dig and ask you questions, and they truly don't even care about you or your well-being. They just want to know just to compare and to be nosy and for entertainment purposes. Like, do they even truly care about you? Do they even really care about your well-being? Or do they just want to know your business? And do they just want to compare and feel better about themselves? Like, you have to ask yourself that. So keep things to yourself and move in silence.